I think we're live.
We're live?
Yes.
All right. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Backstage with Chris. My name is Chris, better known as Chris Cooking Nashville here on YouTube. If you are brand new to the channel, let us know. Hello in the chat. Tell us you are here, where you're watching from, and we're going to have some fun. I am a proper human diet chef who loves to create wild recipes, and sometimes I come on here and cook live every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And my wife and I both have lost a massive amount of weight using a proper human diet. I am more carnivore most of the time. She is a little more meat-heavy keto most of the time, but we just kind of do stuff all across the proper human diet spectrum to try to help you have as many options and as much enjoyment with your proper human diet food as you possibly can, but all of it is very low carb and very high protein and animal-based ingredients. And that's what we do here. So all of my links will always be down below, and all of my videos. I have recipe cards on my website. There's all kinds of fun stuff. So we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna make a great recipe for you guys tonight. If you guys are watching, and especially if you're part of the Chris Cooking Nashville family, make sure to say hello. Let us know you're here. Tell us in the chat where you're watching from, what's going on. We also have linked in the description box a link for the private community that I am a part of, that we have called The Band. It is the Chris Cooking Nashville private group. I do some extra recipe stuff. We do behind the scenes. We do all kinds of fun things in there, and we offer extra support for all of our members. If you guys would be interested in joining and you're looking for a family that you can go and just get support from other people who are on a journey just like this, like you are, that is a great place to do it, and that is linked down below. I'm in there, Ash is in there, my parents are in there, Dustin from Keto Simple is in there, Victor at Southern Keto is in there, Chris Bear from Keto Chow is a member in there. There's a whole bunch of us over there to do some really cool stuff. So we have a lot of fun over there. You guys should definitely come check it out. But let me shout out my beautiful wife who is over there behind the camera running the comment section for you guys tonight. How you doing over there, honey?
I'm doing great, babe. I'm excited for these steak bites.
This is one of Ash's favorite things in the world that we're making tonight.
Yes. Oh, they are so good, y'all.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are already here and excited for the recipe too.
Yeah. This is going to be a good one. So, well, say hello to us in the comments, and I'll tell you about what I've got going on over here, and we're going to start getting some stuff ready. Before we start talking to you guys in the comment section, I'm going to tell you, I have a couple of New York strips. A lot of times I would do this with ribeye. That's what I would really prefer because it's fattier, but they had some good looking New York strips and they were on sale. So I have a couple of New York strips. Now I know these do not look particularly appetizing. They look kind of gray and squishy. That is because I cooked them sous vide, which is under vacuum, and use a water bath. Put them under vacuum in a water bath that maintains a consistent temperature. So they were cooked at 135 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a nice medium rare, and they've been in there for about 6 hours, which tenderizes them. All I have on them is salt because we're going to finish the seasoning with everything else, but these do not look very nice. I have a cast iron skillet, which is what we're going to actually be finishing them in the oven with. I'm going to use that to put a sear on both of these steaks, and I'm going to use some bacon grease to do that. So we're going to say hi to you guys in the chat. While I'm doing that, I'm going to sear up both of our New York strips, and then I'll tell you guys about the rest of the recipe and everything I have sitting in front of me.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I like when things start with searing up some steaks.
That's a really good way to start a day.
I like how we're doing this. I like it. Awesome. Well, I'll go ahead and let's start saying hey to some folks.
Let's do it.
Carrie is here. He says, rowing the boat up to the live stream.
Well, good to see you, Carrie. Glad you're here, my friend.
Yes. PJ St. Pierre is here.
Hello, Paula.
We have Sherry Nevada Pup.
Hello, Sherry.
Sherry says, I am already anticipating that I will make this with chicken.
Oh, okay. Yep, you can totally do that.
I bet would be really good, huh?
Yep, you can totally do that. Just be careful you don't overcook the chicken. If you're using chicken thigh, it won't be a problem because you can cook that a lot more without it drying out. But if for some reason you decided to do it with chicken breast, just make sure you don't cook it very much once it goes in the oven. So, because the oven method is just going to be broiling it to put the crisp on the top, but the actual cooking of the meat is done separately. So, and you can do that whatever way you like. So just cook chicken however it is you like. Just season it with only salt, and then the chicken would go into the cast iron skillet to go under the broiler and finish it the way that I'm going to. But you could absolutely do it with chicken. I would recommend the dark meat though.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Jerry's here.
Hello, Jerry.
Carnivore in the middle of the forest. She's working, but she's listening at the same time.
Well, that's all right. We just appreciate you being here.
Yes, and y'all should definitely go follow Miss Jerry if you don't already. She is wonderful, has a great YouTube channel full of lots of great info.
I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but we got steaks sizzling away.
Oh, I definitely hear it.
Yep. If you do not hear a sizzle when you put your steak into a pan, or chicken or meat of any other kind for that matter, and you're trying to sear it like something like this, if you do not hear a sizzle, your pan was not hot enough. You got to get it back out, and you got to bring that pan up to temperature before you put that meat in. It should sound like rain on the sidewalk, heavy, heavy rain on the sidewalk. It should have that sizzle like a hot pan. If you're not getting that, you're not getting any color. You're boiling your steak, and you're going to lose out on flavor.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Miss Lynn is in the house.
Hello, Lynn.
The wonderful 22Q cat. Jeffrey Cox is here.
Hello, Jeff, my brother, one of our fine rock star members over there in the band.
Yes, amazing person. He says, hello, my soon-to-be famous internet couple. Hope you're having a wonderful day and week as I am, and hello, all you beautiful internet meat eaters.
You're very sweet, Jeff. We are very glad you're here, my friend.
Yes, thank you so much for tuning in. Rockin' Keto Amy is in the house.
Hello, Amy. How are you?
She looks like she's busy. Amy says, I'm here but watching and filming 2 new videos for my channel, so might not be that active in chat. There's only so many hours in the day.
I understand, but we're glad you're here, and you guys should definitely go subscribe to Amy as well.
Yes, absolutely. Honestly, kudos to you, Amy, for being like doing 4 things at once. I don't know if I could do that. I'd set the house on fire and knock over the camera or something.
Well, I might too.
Yeah. Miss Janelle is in the house.
Hello, Janelle, our rockstar moderator, Janelle, and also one of our band members.
Yes. Janelle says, hello, everybody. Did someone say steak bites? I'll be right over.
That's correct. Steak bites indeed today.
Wallflower, Aunt Donna is here.
Hello, Donna. How are you?
She says, hey, family. Rockin' Keto Amy says, Parmesan makes everything better.
It always does, yes.
Yep, not going to agree. Huntley Walker is here with us.
Hello.
Jolene says, hello, everyone. God's blessings from Connecticut.
Well, hello, Jolene. We're really glad you're here.
Yeah, Jennifer Lucas is in the house.
Hi, Jennifer.
Mr. Barry Weems.
What's up, Brother Barry? Hope you're being safe today, my brother.
Yeah, he says, good evening. Hope everyone is having a blessed day.
Yep, Barry is also one of the newest members. We have a few people over the last few days that have joined, but Barry is at the the top end of that list of new members over in the band. So he is one of the newest members in the band over there as well.
And we're so happy he's there. So happy
Absolutely.
to have you.
It's so much better with y'all in there.
The wonderful Miss Carrie Younce is here.
Well, hello, Carrie. I saw your message in the group. She is another one of our Rockstar members in the band. Saw your message that you sent with everybody. Have not gotten a chance to respond, but what a wild story. Thank you so much for sharing, and glad that Ash and I were able to send some prayers your way.
DJ Magic Man is in the house.
What's up, Matt? Another one of our members.
Yeah. Mr. Bruce is here.
Hello, Bruce.
He says, howdy, folks. Jolene says, everyone, you know this is going to be great. Let's hit the like button.
Yes, appreciate that very, very much.
Yeah, if y'all are watching and you haven't already, give us a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm know that we're here and gets us into more feeds, and it's just good stuff.
It tells YouTube that this is like not a terrible sucky video, and we just appreciate you guys letting them know if you like this.
So if you like steak, hit the thumbs up.
That's right.
There you go.
And if you don't like steak, you're probably watching the wrong channel.
That's true. That's true. Nani Banks says, Parmesan Steak Bites sounds incredible. Chris, you're always amazing.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, but you're very, very sweet. I'm just trying to make good food for you guys.
Yeah. Taylor says, read the title and immediately tuned in. So excited for another great recipe.
Awesome. We're really glad you're here.
Brian Fly Fisherman Dishes in the house.
Hello, Brian, my friend.
And then I love this from Amy. She says, love the opening video. Also, I tried my new Knife Saga knife. Thank you so much, Chris and Ash. I haven't cut my fingers yet.
Oh, well, that's great. I'm so glad that you won that, and I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah. John Wise is in the house.
Hi, John. How are you, my friend?
Yeah. Risa's Cluttered Kitchen is here.
Hey, Risa.
Looks like your parents are here.
Hello to Mom and Dad, Papa and Mama Nashville.
Yeah. Lisa's watching from Toasty, Arizona.
Well, hello, Lisa.
Yeah. Bruce says meat shirt tonight.
Yep, got the meat shirt on. Well, I'm doing steak. I figured,
it's just appropriate.
It's just appropriate to have my meat shirt for the steak, right?
Right. Janelle says, oh, look at you. That meat shirt is not only buttoned now, but it looks a little too roomy. Well done. Look at that. Look at that.
We're getting there.
Show off.
Little at a time. Little at a time.
True. Yeah, when I bought you that shirt, I don't know, a while back.
Yeah.
Under a year, maybe 8-9 months ago.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I remember when you first got it, like you could not button it up.
Yeah, I couldn't quite button it.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I could button it, but it would pop back open because there was pressure on it when I did.
It looks like you're wearing your little brother's shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now look at all the room. Way to go, babe.
That's right. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Little at a time.
Janice is watching from Kansas.
Hi, Janice.
We got James from Southwest Florida.
Well, hi, Jane.
Bruce is watching from Texas.
All right.
Man, you guys are popping. I love it. I love this. Lisa Marie says, he's a little bit carnivore. She's a little bit keto. Sounds a little Donnie and Marie.
That's right. That's right. But no weird brother and sister vibes.
Yeah, exactly. Not on this channel. Nani says, I'm watching from Murfreesboro. It sounds like that's our neighbor.
I was going to say, hello, neighbor. You're not far away at all.
Well, if you'd ever like to be a taste tester, you should shoot us a message.
Let us know. You come on over, jump in a video, and taste test some great carnivore keto recipes with us.
Yeah. Mr. Sean Bradley is also here with us.
Well, hey there, Sean.
Yeah.
All right, so what I'm going to do now while we're saying hi to people, so I've got these seared on all sides, and I cooked of course, these are New York strips, so you got that fat on the side there. So I cooked that up too, crisped that up, because we're going to include that in these. You could always trim it off if you wanted, but we're going to include that because we like the fat on the beef in this house.
Oh, yes, we do.
So now you can see these look significantly better with that steak crust put on them. That's the way we want our steaks to look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting these up into chunks, and I've got this pan turned off. There's no heat right now. We're going to cook them in this pan, so I'm just going to leave the bacon grease and everything in there. But I've got that turned off, so it's still going to be pretty hot, but I'll just put these back in there once they're cut up. I'm going to go ahead and cut these up into the bite-sized pieces, and then I'll explain the rest of this recipe, which is what you all came for.
Sweet. I really like this comment from our good friend, Mr. Barry Weems.
Yeah.
I think he read our minds because I knew we were going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Barry says, I heard some great news last night from Dr. Barry that is going to be, that you're going to be doing stuff in his community. Just want to say congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much, Barry. So Dr. Barry and Nisha are amazing people, first of all. And I've been a member of their tribe for, gosh, probably going on 2 years now. I followed Dr. Berry for a long time, but I jumped in and joined the tribe. And they were having me come in and do like some occasional live streams in there, like just some extra stuff. They invited me to do that, and I was loving doing that. They actually asked me to be the culinary coach, as it were, in the tribe, in the Dr. Berry private community. So I've actually linked the Dr. Berry community down below, because if you are looking for great information on the medical side and the science of a proper human diet, that is the place I would recommend you go if you want extra support. And while you're there, I'm going to be doing some extra stuff cooking-wise, recipe stuff. I have a little section in the group over there that they've actually given me that I'm going to start building out and developing, and I'm going to do some special stuff in the tribe because Dr. Berry and Nisha have been so supportive of what we do, and they asked if I would want to come over and do extra stuff for them, and I said, you guys have given me so much, I would be more than honored to come and do that. So we're going to be doing some private stuff in Dr. Berry's community, and it is a huge honor and a privilege to get to do that. So if you guys are looking for that medical support type stuff and that information, you are of course welcome to join his group. And then if you do, you'll see me over there as well doing some fun stuff. We're getting that rolling, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. And I got a super sweet shout out from Dr. Berry and Nisha on the live stream in Dr. Berry's on Dr. Berry's channel. I believe it was last night, so on Monday. So what an incredible honor and privilege and just opportunity to get to do some work with them in their private community. So it's going to be fantastic. We're going to have a lot of fun, but I have that link down below. If you guys would like to join, tell them Chris Cooking Nashville sent you.
Yeah, absolutely. Jolene says, congratulations, your future is so bright and you have to wear shades.
Yes, thank you so much, Jolene. I appreciate that.
Yes.
I think we're going to have a lot of fun over there, and it was just very sweet for Nisha to reach out and ask me if I would want to be involved. It was unexpected, but very, very much taken as a huge compliment from them. So
absolutely,
very cool.
It's a cool way to help a lot of people.
It is.
Figure out what we can eat and how to cook, and how do we do this and how do we do that.
Yeah, we're all on this journey together, and we're all trying to figure it out, and we all have our different specialty areas, and that's why, like, as much as I may do all of this food-wise, I'm over there in the tribe because I don't know all the medical stuff the way like someone like Dr. Berry and Nisha do.
Right.
And so having them with their just massive amount of knowledge has helped Ash and I so much. And it really makes a big difference in our journey. So getting to go over there and provide some content for the people in that group and help other people on the journey and all, it's an amazing opportunity. It's an amazing privilege.
Yeah. By the way, the steak is already just smelling so good.
Yeah, it smells
I'm
so
like
good in here.
super hungry today. And
Yeah,
I'm
we've
just
both
like,
fasted all day today. I have not had anything to eat. Neither has Ash, I don't believe.
Nope.
So we have fasted all day. And I'll just show you guys. So this is why I love sous vide. So it's a beautiful medium rare steak, and you can see the meat fibers are just starting to come apart because it's so tenderized. You can just see how it's starting to pull apart there, and you can just pull it apart.
Do you need me to taste that for you?
It's exactly what I was going to see if you'd like to.
Like, literally don't put that in front of the camera. I'm really hungry. And you're like, look at the meat fibers. I'm like, yeah. Let me make sure that's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I approve that message.
Now, it has nothing on it but salt. So it's very basic, very simple. But it's already good, and it's just going to get better. So I'm just cutting it into big bite-sized pieces, as you guys can see. Cut them as big or small as you want.
Awesome. I may just keep saying hey to people then while you're cutting
Let's
up
do
steak,
it.
if that's cool. Bruce is such a sweetheart. He always cracks me up. He says, figures that the better looking one is behind the camera.
That's right.
Thank you, Bruce. I know Chris would find that funny.
Yep.
Jolene says, how would you cook it without sous vide?
However you want.
Okay.
Cook it in a skillet, cook it on a grill, cook it whatever. Just don't overcook it. That's the thing, because it is going to get cooked a little bit more when you now throw this into the oven. So what I would really suggest you do is, even if you like your steak medium well or well done, if you do, I'll pray for you. But if you do, that's fine. I'm not going to judge. If you do, don't cook this all the way up to medium well or well done. You got to have room to go because it's under the broiler. It's going to cook a little bit more because you cut it into pieces. So medium at the most, but ideally medium rare to rare. And then when you put the toppings on and you put it back in, we stick it under the broiler, it'll cook up the rest of the way. That's ideal.
So undercook it intentionally.
Undercook it intentionally, and especially if you're using like a ribeye, which is a fattier cut, you want to definitely undercook it a little bit because it's going to cook up more, and then that fat will render out as it's under the broiler, and that'll finish cooking and tenderizing it. So that's why I like using a fatty cut for this, because it doesn't dry out, because it is going to go a little past medium rare. It's going to go more to a medium, but I'm okay with that, especially if it's a fatty cut. It's amazing, and with the topping on it, you don't even care. It's just fantastic. So I've got these cut up. I'm just going to throw the steak chunks back into this pan with this bacon grease and the fat that rendered out of the steaks.
Fantastic. Really quick,
yeah.
We were going to talk about meat stock is coming up.
It is coming up.
Yeah, next month. So I think there's maybe some tickets to the convention portion of that available still.
There may be. You'd have to double check on the website. I think most of it is sold out, but you can double check. I will also say there is a thread on the Facebook group that is related to meat stock where if someone needs to sell their tickets because something changes last minute, you can actually get some tickets that people have had to sell because they've had to cancel. They, have like a family situation, or they're going through something like sickness or whatever, that they're not going to be able to make it. And so you can, if you keep an eye on that Facebook group that is there, you might be able to snag some tickets from there.
Yeah, but that's next month, and you're going to be there. Very exciting.
I am going to be there. Dr. Barry and Nisha are going to be there. I believe Dr. Sean Baker's going to be there. Courtney Luna's going to be there. They're all, it is a who's who of the keto and carnivore world, and such a huge honor to get to go.
Absolutely. I know you're going to be doing a presentation and then also possibly cooking for some folks in the cabin.
Yep, we're working on some details trying to figure that out for you guys, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but definitely check it out. And if you're in the area, if you're going to attend Meat Stock, let us know in the comments below.
Absolutely.
The idea for this recipe actually came from a couple years ago when we were in Gatlinburg.
Yes, one of our favorite things to do in Gatlinburg is go to the Alamo Steakhouse, and they have prime rib Parmesan horseradish steak bites on the appetizer menu. And that's where I learned to kind of do this thing. This is my version of it. It's modified from that, but that's where I kind of got the idea of how I do this. So here's what I've got going on. I've got these steaks cut up in the cast iron skillet over here. In this bowl, I have probably about 2/3 of a cup or so of sour cream. The amount really doesn't matter. What matters is your ratio. So it's about equal parts of sour cream and Parmesan cheese. That's the base. You need about equal parts Parmesan cheese and sour cream. Everything else in this is optional. So if you're more strict than what I'm doing here, totally fine. Leave out any of the other stuff. If you want to go a little bit further and you want to jazz this up even more, you want a more ketovore version, like, cool. You add whatever you want. But in this sour cream, I have added in just a little bit of dehydrated onion because we like a little bit of an onion flavor in there. It's not much, but a little bit of dehydrated onion, probably a teaspoon or two is all I put in here. Again, it's all to taste. There's no real recipe here. It's just the ratio sour cream to Parmesan cheese. Now, I have a couple of teaspoons of Worcestershire. If you go on Amazon, you can find Worcestershire sauce that has no sugar in it. They can be a little tough to find. I don't remember what brand this is. It's just in a bottle. That's all I know. It's in a bottle. I don't remember the brand. But I'm going to put in a couple of teaspoons of Worcestershire. You don't have to, but I love the Worcestershire flavor with steak. It's a really nice combo. And what I'm going to do is mix all this stuff into the sour cream, and then I will be mixing in the Parmesan cheese last. So that's horseradish. I'm sorry, that's not horseradish, that's Worcestershire. Next is the horseradish. This is the way they flavor it at the Alamo Steakhouse. They do horseradish and they do Parmesan. Ash loves horseradish. I enjoy horseradish, and it actually, of all the things plant-wise that I have tested, it's one of the ones that does not in any way seem to bother me. So I love when I get to use it. I don't do it very often, but I do from time to time. That is probably 2 tablespoons or so. If you like it stronger, use more. If you like it weaker, use less. It's all to taste. So I'm going to mix in some horseradish, and that is just the prepared horseradish you can get at the grocery store, and the only ingredients on it were horseradish and salt. So make sure it's not one of those ones they add sugar to. I'm gonna mix that in with the sour cream. This is a few cloves of garlic that I crushed because garlic is always awesome.
Agreed.
If you're sensitive to it, don't put garlic in it. Don't make yourself sick. But if you can handle garlic, it's really nice. And then this is some dry parsley and some dried chives. It's just nice flavor. It adds a little bit of a green color in there too. It's just nice, supports everything. So we're gonna mix all of that together in the sour cream. And then I'm gonna add in the Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna add most of the Parmesan, but I'm gonna save a little bit that's not mixed in, which is going to then get sprinkled over the top before this goes in the oven.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna take 80% of my Parmesan cheese and mix it in the sour cream. And then I'll hold back just a small handful to be sprinkled over the top right before I stick it in the oven. Okay, so I've got all of that mixed in. Now, don't anybody freak out. I'm gonna use my finger here, but it's okay. My wife doesn't mind. I've washed my hands, it's all good. But, Parmesan cheese is very salty. Be careful that you don't make this too salty, but I am gonna add a pinch of salt in there because it's gonna need just a little bit more. So you can season this however you want. And then I'm gonna add in some white pepper because we love white pepper in this kind of a thing. So I'm just gonna mix that up for a little bit of seasoning, and then I'm gonna add in my Parmesan cheese. Like that. Scrape down the sides of the bowl. You don't want anything to get stuck or missed up there. That's the good stuff. Okay. Parmesan cheese. Like I said, most of the Parmesan cheese is going to go in, and then there's just a little bit there that I'm going to save to add right before this goes in. And the reason you want this ratio of like a 1-to-1 is because it's going to make this like a thick paste. And by getting kind of a thick pasty texture, that cheese is going to all cook together in there with that sour cream and create this really nice brown bubbly top under the broiler. And that's what we want. So now, this was kind of liquidy before, but now with that sour cream mixed in there, you can see it's kind of a thick paste. That's what we're looking for. So that if you let that sit for a minute or so, the Parmesan cheese will continue to absorb some of the moisture and it'll get a little bit thicker. So that will suffice right there. And then we're going to taste it one more time. Yeah, really, really good. And then this could not be easier. So I'm going to get rid of these little silicone handhold things that I have on my cast iron because those are not going to go under the broiler. All I'm going to do now is spoon my Parmesan mixture over top of my steak bites, and I'll kind of spread it out as evenly as I can once I get it all on there. And then we're going to sprinkle it with the remaining Parmesan cheese. And I have the broiler already preheated on my oven. So the broiler is already running. My oven is nice and hot. And I'm going to put this about 6 inches under my broiler. So about 6 inches away from the top of the steak to the broiler in the top of the oven. So I'm just going to spread this out. And this is why there's no real recipe. The more steak you use, the more topping you need. The more topping you like, the more you're going to want to use for whatever amount of steak you have. So you just kind of eyeball it. Just look at how much steak you have. How thick do you want your topping to be? Use that much sour cream, and however much sour cream you use that much Parmesan cheese too. It's real simple, real straightforward.
But delicious.
It's amazing.
Oh, so good.
This is also a great way to use like leftover steak. I know everyone's like, what is leftover steak? But if you do happen to have leftover steak, this is a great way to do it because it sort of prevents that steak from drying out. You're creating a bit of a barrier by having this topping over it, and it just protects the steak under the broiler a little bit. And so we did this with, I did prime rib for us for Christmas, and I had a little bit too big of a rib roast for the number of people we fed. So we had some that I trimmed off, like a big hunk that I cut off the end. And I put that in the freezer because I had dry brined it. And rather than using it as prime rib, because it was a little thin to really be sliced after cooking, I went ahead and cooked it just whole, and then I cut it up in big chunks, and I did the prime rib version of this like they do at the Alamo Steakhouse, and it was amazing.
It was, yeah.
And that's when Ash was like, you got to do this on a live stream. And I said, yeah, we'll have to schedule out a live stream in the future and do that. So, and now here we are in the future, and you guys get to see it.
And I'm happy for you guys because I said, hey, this is delicious. Share this with everyone.
Yeah.
Steak Bites will make everyone happy.
Yep.
And he said, yes.
Yes, it will. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that is evenly spread out. Yep. Tastes great. So then we're just going to take the leftover Parmesan cheese here, and we're just going to sprinkle it over the top. And that'll help create kind of a brown Parmesan cheese, crusty little thing going on top of the steak bites. And it's just beautiful. It's just wonderful.
It is.
So I'm just going to finish doing this, and this is going to go under the broiler. So
awesome.
If we got questions or
yes, actually,
comments we want to talk about or anything.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but we have some people we need to thank.
Yeah, absolutely.
For starters, Mr. Barry Weems gave you a $1.99 super thanks.
Oh, Barry, my brother, you're very kind.
Very, very, very sweet. Very, very kind. Also, Mr. Rand Can Cook Canoy is in the house.
Well, hello, Brother Randy. How are you, my friend?
Brother Randy is here. We're so happy he's here. He gave you a $49.99 super chat.
Oh, Randy, you are very, very sweet, my brother.
Very kind. That's super appreciative. Thank you, Randy. He says, glad we made it to a live stream. You guys rock. Thank you.
Oh, Randy, you rock, man.
You
Can't
really
do this without you guys.
Yeah, that's very, very generous of you, Randy. Thank you so much. And also, the man, the myth, the legend, the beard, Dustin at Keto Simples.
The beard is in the house.
The beard is here. He gave you a $5 super chat and says,
oh, Dustin.
Love y'all.
We love you too, brother.
He says, we're out about to have dinner with the girl as we have her all this week. Oh, it's very
sweet. Will you enjoy dinner with her?
Family time, man. I love that.
Very important. Okay, there is what this looks like. The Parmesan cheese and the topping is ready to go under the broiler.
Yes.
And I don't know how long it's going to take. Every broiler is different. For you guys, I can't really say how long it'll take. You just got to kind of keep an eye on it. But you want to make sure that this is not right up against the broiler where it's going to burn. You want to give it about that 6-inch space. So the coils are here and the top of the steak is here. You want to give it that space so that it cooks down on top and it browns it and starts to melt that and gets that brown and golden brown and bubbly without just scorching the top of it.
Gotcha. Good tip. Good tip.
Yep.
Awesome. Karen is here with us.
Hello, Karen.
She says, good evening, Chris Ashmel and the CCN community.
Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah. DJ Magic Man says, can't wait to have a picanha dry aging that I will be cooking sous vide before a Hammock King event later this month in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh,
we love our picanha. It is so good.
It is my favorite cut of meat ever.
It is fantastic. It is absolutely amazing.
Oh, that's incredible. Sounds so good. David Gable is here.
Hello, David.
He says, howdy, howdy.
Good to see you.
Huntley Walker has a question.
Yeah, what's up?
CCN, do you keep your bacon grease glass jar in the fridge?
Nope, I keep it right here in the cabinet where I just put it away. My grandmother, my great-grandmother, and pretty much every grandmother before all of them, probably for the most part, kept things like lard and bacon grease at room temperature. As long as you don't have chunks of food in it, it's great. And I go through it fast enough, it's not going to spoil. So I keep it at room temperature just like all the old ladies that did country cooking used to.
Yeah.
You can keep it in the fridge. It just makes it hard, and then you're scraping trying to get it out of the container. It's a pain in the butt for me. So.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Carrie is here. She says,
Carrie.
Yum, it's time for dinner and I'm starting to drool.
Yes, just about there.
Yeah. Matt Franklin is here.
What's up, Matt?
He says, hey, Chris Ashmel and all you rock stars.
Good to see you, my friend.
John Y says, I hear the sizzle.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Good sound.
It's a beautiful sound.
Yes, it's the sound that comes before happiness happens.
True. Carrie says, I wait for either a sizzle or a moo.
Yep, there you go.
And David Gable says, thank you so much for directing me over to Dr. Barry and Nisha.
Yeah, you're very welcome, David.
Yeah, they're awesome. Rockin' Keto Amy says, I've been voting for you daily, Chris.
Thank you.
Wants to know, can you see your vote count?
Yeah, well, so I can't see a specific count. What I can see is that I am first in my group, and the top 20 in each group go on to round 2. So for you guys that don't know, I have it linked down below. I'm in the Favorite Chef competition, the 2025 Favorite Chef competition hosted by Carla Hall and a bunch of other celebrity chefs. This is an opportunity for us to take keto and carnivore cooking, proper human diet, chefy cooking, to a completely new world, an audience that would not have seen this before. Because people just don't do what it is I do, really, I guess. Just trying to be chefy and also proper human diet at the same time. So it's a brand new opportunity for us to take keto and carnivore to a whole new world. So I'm really trying to do what I can to see if maybe there's an opportunity we could actually win this thing. And if we can, there's a whole bunch of stuff. It's Taste of Home magazine article you get written about you, and you get to cook with Carla Hall, and there's a bunch of different opportunities that come along with it. So I have it linked in the show notes for you guys in the description box down below. All you have to do is click that link. It'll take you in there. It's going to use your Facebook to just prove you're a real person. It has you log into your Facebook to prove you're a real human being. And then you can vote. You can vote one time every day for free. There's 2 days left in this first round. So we got 2 more days before they make the first round cuts. And currently I'm in first place in my group. So let's keep it there. And if you guys do me a favor, bookmark the link that's down there and then go every day. You can vote once every 24 hours for free. I'm not asking you to buy votes. You can, but I'm not asking you to do so. If you do, I appreciate it, but it's not something I'm asking. I'm just asking that you go use your free vote every day, vote for me, and let's try to take keto and carnivore to a world that very, very badly needs to hear about it. That's all we're trying to do, is help as many people as we can, and this is a chance to get in front of eyes that maybe would never see us any other way. So we're hoping maybe we can do that. So any support you guys can give by going and voting every day is very much appreciated.
Absolutely, yeah. Easy Peasy Keto is in the house.
Hello to Stacy and Ken.
Yeah, they said, good evening. We just ate CC and hot dog pasta.
Nice.
Which we call worms for supper.
I love it.
Frozen a couple weeks ago, and they reheated in Rayo sauce nicely. Love your recipes.
Excellent. I'm so glad you guys enjoy those. That was a fun video to do.
Really, really fun.
Especially because I had no idea if it would work. So that was,
living on the edge.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah. Rockin' Keto Amy says, woohoo, you need a new smaller meat shirt.
Yes, we're getting there. We're getting there.
And Carrie says, way to go, Chris, with the weight loss with the shirt.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Kimberly Ann says, maybe you already talked about this tonight, but I heard about your great news from Dr. Ken Berry.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, I really appreciate it. Yeah, it was a big time honor for Nisha to reach out and offer for us to do that. So we love Dr. Berry and Nisha so much.
They're awesome.
They're wonderful, and they're doing so much to help the community, and it's just truly an honor to get to be involved.
Crystal says, hey guys, finally made the live, watching from Lexa, Arkansas.
Well, hello, Crystal. We're glad you're here. Thank you for coming in from Arkansas.
Yeah. Eric is watching from Las Vegas.
Hello.
Nan says, good evening from Columbia, Tennessee.
Hello. Good to see you, neighbor.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're just down the road.
Yep.
If you'd like to be a taste tester, shoot us a message.
That's right.
Yeah. Leslie G says, hi. Thanks for making the carnivore journey even more tasty.
Oh, well, thank you, Leslie. I'm doing the best I can. Just happy to help.
Yeah. Carrie's watching from sunny California.
Hello.
Says, me and Pupper are getting afternoon vitamin D.
Oh, that sounds great.
That sounds really nice.
Sounds wonderful.
Yes, especially the weather out there is beautiful. We were just out in California. We just got back late last night. So, yeah, it was gorgeous when we were out there. We're jealous, Carrie. Rub it in.
Yes, absolutely.
Evelyn is here.
Hello, Evelyn.
She says, hello, friends. Just finished grocery shopping listening to you on the way home.
Oh, well, it's very good to see you.
KJ, my Radical Healing Rebellion.
Hello, I love that name.
Very cool name. Says, finishing up a 68-hour fast, and between the smell of the beef my son's cooking up in the kitchen and that steak sizzling, I have a feeling the last hour will be the most difficult.
I understand. Well, congratulations on such a fantastic fast. Good for you.
Yeah, definitely. Kim says, hey from Ohio, listening to you guys while working at my second job from home accounting.
Well, hello.
That steak looks so good.
Thank you so much. We're glad you're here, Kim, and thanks for hanging out with us while working on the accounting stuff.
Yeah. Carrie is so funny. She says, hallelujah, CCN with Dr. Ken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, be a good time.
Yeah. Vicky says, for carnivores who want a taste of something different, I love your recipes.
Well, thank you kindly.
Julie says, sous vide is amazing.
Yeah, yes, I agree. It is pretty much a foolproof way of cooking once you know how it works.
Mm-hmm. This is super funny. So Carrie says, imagine all the healthy little kids looking forward to having CCN worms for dinner.
That's awesome.
It'd be pretty cool. Jolene wants to know, where is Meat Stock going to be?
Meat Stock is going to be in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, just a little bit east of here by a couple, 2.5 hours or so. And it's going to be a real good time. Mm-hmm. Man, this is smelling good.
Oh, it's smelling good. I'm drooling.
It's just about done. Here's a tip for you guys. If you ever open it up and you feel like it's browning too fast on like points, like they're getting too dark, but the rest of it's not browning as much, number one, you can lower it so it's further away from the coil. Number two, leave your oven door cracked a little bit because it takes in a cool blast of air, and those pieces, those peaks that are browning too much are small. And so that little bit of air that's coming in that's not quite nearly as hot by the time it gets there, it just buffers that a little bit. So if it's like this and it only needs to be in there a minute or two and you just want to make sure it doesn't burn those little bits, you just leave your oven door cracked as you finish it for the last minute or so in the oven.
That's an awesome tip. I did not know that. Very cool. Smooth Will said, hello to both of you. Just tuning in. What kind of steak is that?
Hello, Smooth Will. Those are New York strips. I would prefer ribeye, but New York strip was on sale and it still works and it's still really good too.
Steak is yummy, yeah.
Yeah.
Barry Williams says, please don't put that in the oven. I'll take it just the way it is. Yummy, yummy.
Yes. Oh, but once you taste it after it comes back out of the oven.
You're not going to say that, trust me.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lucas says, I'll be at the Meat Stock 4-day retreat. It's coming fast.
Yes, it's going to get here real quick. Really, really quick. So
yes,
we're
excited
looking forward
to
to
see
it
you.
very, very much. We're looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Yes. Also, I'm so glad I'm not alone. Carrie Young says horseradish yum.
Yes.
And David says, I love horseradish.
Yes, I do too. It's a fantastic one. So, and if you're sensitive to it, obviously don't eat it. But if you enjoy it, go for it. It's a nice flavor.
It is.
It also doesn't take very much. So it's not like you're going to get like some massive number of carbs trying to get the flavor of horseradish. So
Right.
doesn't take much.
Carrie has a question for you. Since I was looking at something carnivore that could help me, and I saw the pancakes. Just wondering if I can make them without the powdered egg whites, or is there something else cheap to use?
Unfortunately, no. The powdered egg whites in most of the recipes I use them in are there because powdered egg whites are a unique thing. Egg proteins are a unique sort of a thing. There's no other protein that is liquid when it's not cooked and then solid when it is cooked in the same way that an egg is. So the reason the egg white powder is in there is because you get that same protein effect where it will set when it cooks, but it's also full of water, so it's absorbing moisture from the recipe. So it has a unique thing that it does, and oftentimes without the egg white powder in something, what you'll essentially end up with is something that just kind of falls apart and becomes grainy because you don't have the eggs to bind it together. So it is unfortunately a required ingredient. And here
that looks so good.
are the Parmesan Steak Bites sizzling away.
Yum.
Let those cool for a minute because those are hot, hot, hot.
So now after it cools though.
After it cools, I'm going to bring you a taste test over there so you can tell everybody.
Thank you. That's
Yes.
what I was hoping for.
Yes, and I'm going to put a little fresh ground pepper over the top because we love our fresh ground pepper.
Nice little addition.
Yeah.
Dennis is late to the party, but he says, hey, y'all from Newport, Tennessee.
Hello, Dennis. We're glad to see you. Late is okay by me. We just appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah. Angie Z is in the house, says, hey, friends, looks super yummy.
Well, thank you, Angie. I think it's going to be good.
I totally agree. I love this comment, by the way, from Miss Janelle talking to Randy for being so generous with that big super chat for us.
Yeah.
Janelle says, Randy, you aren't just a rock star, you are a superstar.
Yes.
Thank you for supporting CCN.
Absolutely. I totally agree. That is a fantastic way to describe that. Randy is awesome. He has been around for quite a while, and he is always super supportive of the channel, and just, you know, he does like super chats to help support us, and he shares things, and he just gives us encouragement and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, that really means a lot to us because it takes a lot to do this, and if nobody liked what we were doing, it would kind of be pointless for us to do this.
Agreed.
So I was going to show you guys, this is how I like to serve this. Like if you're going to take this to a party, this would be a fun thing to take to a party since they're already in individual bites. Get yourself some of these oversized toothpicks, basically. And then people can just stab and pull their steak bite.
Oh, yum. So good.
Just beautiful.
David Gable also earlier pointed out, which he's spot on, that it's going to be like encrusted. And yes, that's one of the things I love about it is that it does kind of become like encrusted on there, and it's incredible. Are you eating the stuff? The yum. This is a great question. The Han Mushkar Muhammad, I'm so sorry. I hope I said that right. Says, hello, can this be done in an air fryer?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think it can. The issue with an air fryer is you're not going to get as direct of heat. And so it's very possible that you would overcook your steak. But it is possible. You got to get it at the absolute highest temperature and really make sure to be careful that you do not overcook the meat. That's the most important part if you're going to try this in an air fryer.
Yeah, awesome. Charger Mopar Rick says, looking great. And Yogi says, hey, I'm late, but here.
See the fun little party food this becomes when you have little toothpicks to serve it with?
Oh, it looks so good.
There you go for you.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Let those cool for just a second.
Yeah, they're very, very hot right now.
I can like see the steam, but it's very tempting because I'm like, some things are worth burning in your mouth.
That's right.
This just might be one of them. Mitzi at 307 Junk Journal says,
hi, Mitzi.
Hey, y'all, sorry I'm late.
That's all right. We're just glad you're here.
And David Gable wants to know, was that about, what would you say, 3 minutes probably?
For the broiling? Maybe more like 5 to 7.
I think it was about 5 is what I would say. We didn't really put on a timer because, again, I know it changes per oven and all, but I would say it was probably more about 5.
Man, those are good.
Yeah. Carrie says, that's going to be freaking yum. Yes.
Those are so good. And it's like I said, it's a way if you guys have leftover steak that's already cooked, put it in the cast iron cold. Put the topping on it, stick it under the broiler, and it will warm the steak back up without overcooking it.
Oh my gosh.
Those are good.
I dove in, I just took my first bite.
And you can modify this however you want. If you wanted to add some cheddar cheese, you could add cheddar in there, like shredded cheddar. You could, replace some of the Parmesan with cheddar. You could add any seasonings you want. You could add veggies in there. If you're gonna add veggies in there, you wanna cook them ahead of time. So like if you wanted to do, say, maybe a more Mexican version, you could do like poblano peppers and onions, like fajita style, chop them up really small, saute them until they're soft, and then you could mix that in with sour cream. Like, I mean, there's all different sorts of ways you could easily modify this. Leave out what you don't want, add in things you do want. It's just that ratio. Cup of sour cream means a cup of some kind of cheese, or a half cup of sour cream means a half cup of some kind of cheese. Like, it's just that kind of, the two of those things together to make that paste. That's the most important part.
Yeah. It's so good though, seriously. I mean,
yeah,
I could eat this every day and not be sick of it. It's just such a great way to like fancy up a steak.
If you're trying to eat steak and you're just either not really a huge fan or you're just getting bored with it, this is a way to make it something special. And it's really easy. I mean, you guys saw, it's like very straightforward.
It is. John Weiss has a great question about this recipe.
Yeah, what's up?
Wants to know, does the Parmesan need to be freshly grated or will the green can work?
Any of it will work. Obviously, the freshly grated is better because you don't have the cellulose, the fiber stuff that they use to keep it from caking, but I use it from time to time too. And it's not the best, but it's fine. But freshly grated works just as well too.
Awesome. Laura Poe wants to know, do you think your cornbread recipe could be used to make cornbread dressing?
Maybe. I need to test. So, the problem with proteins, you cook them once, they're great. If you do things to them that make them look like a starch, cornbread, biscuits, whatever. And then you try to cook them again the same way you would starch. Sometimes you can get some really weird effects, like they get dry, they get grainy, they get hard, they get very unpleasant, they burn really easily. There can be some weird things. So I think it would work, but until I've tried, I cannot say for sure. I think it would work though, but I don't know until I've tried. So I'll have to try and see if I can make some cornbread dressing with it this year.
Yeah, that would be really good though. I love cornbread. Yeah. I love cornbread dressing.
That cornbread recipe is amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, that's my latest recipe video that just came out on Saturday. It's stupid how good that is.
It really is though.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, so good. I'm obsessed with this comment. I love this. Badger Valley Customs is here.
Hello, Badger Valley.
Says, carnivore diet for a month, put rheumatoid arthritis into remission, lost 40 pounds, and cured my high blood pressure. Was on 7 meds and now down to 2. Love your recipes. Thank you for posting them.
Rock on. That is amazing. Everybody give rock on for Badger Valley in the comments. That is fantastic. And guys, that's the reality of what a proper human diet can do for people.
That's amazing.
It's not just Badger Valley. In fact, for the rest of you guys, if you have had similar things where you're like, oh yeah, I had this, or I had that, or this changed, or that changed, or this amazing result, that amazing result, drop it in the chat so that other people watching this video can see how many of you have completely changed your lives using the proper human diet, using recipes just like this, how you can get health without sacrificing the flavor or sacrificing the satiety of eating lots of really good food.
Absolutely. Babe, lots of people too are saying that they have voted for you.
Excellent. Thank you guys.
And thank you guys for also not just voting once, but continuing. I see a lot of people are saying, I do it every day. So
yeah, I really appreciate that so much.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are so sweet.
So much.
Huntley Walker says, I voted. Congrats on being first in your group.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. I also love this. Melissa from Texas is here.
Hi, Melissa.
Just voted. I'm 2 months into carnivore and have lost 26 pounds. First time catching a live stream.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for voting. We're really glad you are here. We appreciate you, and congrats on being new, but obviously doing very well with carnivore. That's amazing.
Yes, it's incredible.
Rock on for you. Everybody rock on for her as well.
Yeah. And Yogi says, 199 people are watching, but only 119 thumbs up. Hey, everyone, hit the thumbs up button.
Uh-oh.
They got called out.
Yogi's gonna get you. We appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys haven't done so yet, please hit the thumbs up button below the video that's down there by the description box. It just tells YouTube that this is valuable and helps us reach more people so we can do more of our job of changing the world one plate at a time.
Yes. Yes. Becky Lou is here.
Hi, Becky Lou.
She says, hi, beautiful family. I'm on my way out. Dang it. I'm a mix master on our soundboard at church. Have a blessed time tonight, y'all.
Well, that's okay. We just appreciate you being here, and we hope you have a good night at church.
It's so good. Rockin' Keto Amy says, my choir friend just told me she went carnivore. She inspired her 8-year vegan husband to go carnivore.
That is amazing. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, they are now making your recipes so inspiring. Keep plugging away gently at your friends,
yes,
folks.
Absolutely. And well, then, Dr. Barry says, the way he phrases it, I think is really great. He says, set the quiet example. Change your own life. Gently show people what you're doing. Don't yell at people. Don't preach at people. And don't go out and try to proselytize. But gently show people by example what a proper human diet can do in your life, and they will want to know what you have. And then you just tell them when they ask. And then you just encourage them in it. Like, I know it seems weird, I know it's crazy, I know it's hard to imagine, but I promise you it's actually not crazy. It's way better than you think it is, and it really can be done, and it's just about having some knowledge. It's not the wild, crazy thing that the media says that it is, or influencers that go off the rails and tell you to eat nothing but raw liver for a year, like whatever. You don't have to do any of that. This can be completely normal and totally common sense if we just have the right information, and you can make amazing food like this, and you can really enjoy what you're doing, and you can feel better in the process. It's really a win-win-win-win-win-win-win all the way around.
Yeah. Rockin' Keto Amy says, I want those in my belly.
Oh, they're so good.
Definitely, yeah. Terry is here, my
Hi,
terrific
Terry.
wife.
Everybody make sure to go subscribe to Terry. She was awesome, especially for that corn tortilla video we did together.
Yes. Terry's
Carnivore corn
amazing.
tortillas, if you haven't seen them, they're on the channel.
Yes. So good. She says, OMG, you just reminded me I have horseradish.
Yeah.
Hi. A little late, but eating my ribeye.
Well, that's okay. We're glad you're here.
Yeah, absolutely. Wallflower says, I heard on talk radio today that they have published a new food pyramid encouraging red meat and non-seed oils as health fat. Have you got any info on that? If that's the case, this makes me happy.
I have not yet, but if it's out there, I'm sure I will eventually. And if that's true, I think that's very amazing. That's what we're trying to fight for. That's what we're trying to convince people of. One step at a time, slowly changing the world, getting them to shift their focus and turn in the direction of things like red meat, animal fats, cut out the junk, cut out the carbs, cut out the processed foods, cut out the chemicals, all of the junk. And it's like, if you need to be carnivore because that's how you feel best, great. If you need to be keto because that's how you feel your best, great. Wherever you are on that spectrum, from lion diet all the way up to a loose low carb, I don't care. You're on the proper human diet spectrum and you're feeling good, that's all I think that matters. So in that way it can work for everybody and everybody can be happy and healthy, and that's what we're pushing for. So that's really cool if that's true. Thank you for sharing, Donna.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't mind me. I just took another amazing steak bite in my mouth. I couldn't help it.
Ash is over there. Ash is over there eating steak, having a good time.
So good, y'all.
Yeah.
KJ, my Radical Healing Rebellion, says that looks absolutely amazing.
Well, thank you kindly. It tastes amazing too.
Jennifer Lucas says, I hope you two get stuck in Indiana sometime soon. We see what you did there, Jennifer.
I love that.
You're cute. You're
love
cute.
that. If you guys did not know, if you're new to the channel especially, or even if you're not and you just didn't know this, Ash is a country artist. She is an amazing country artist, and she has a whole bunch of info. You can go over to ashtaylor.com and you can find all of her stuff. She has a music video out for her newest single, Stuck on Indiana. That's also on Spotify along with all of her other stuff. There's just a whole bunch of cool stuff over there. And we also go live, as long as we're not on tour, every Wednesday on her channel, on her YouTube channel, which you can find the link for as well, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for Ash Wednesdays. We play music, we answer questions, we hang out with people. Once a month we do a giveaway over there. We just have all kinds of fun. So you should definitely go to ashtaylor.com and check out all of her stuff. And if you want to support her music career, you can join her fan club called The Bad Ashes. There's a link on our website for that as well.
Yeah, thank you, baby. Very sweet. Let's see here. Randy says, Ash, I'm jealous. I know, Randy. I married up. It's good.
It's the only reason she married me is because I can cook.
No. You're cute. You're funny. There's other things. It's just the cooking doesn't really hurt.
That's right.
I like to eat.
Might not be the reason she married me, but it's definitely the reason she went out on a second date with me.
Oh, when you make steak bites this good, it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Forever looks pretty good. Yeah,
that's right.
It's looking good. Peggy says, looks like fun dipping into the steak bite skillet. Mm-hmm. It is fun. It's a really good appetizer.
Yeah, it's a fun appetizer. You can just set it in the middle of the table and give everybody toothpicks or forks or whatever. It's also fun, like for us for dinner, we're gonna have this. And I might make a small veggie or something for Ash to go on the side. And we're just gonna, while the cast iron is still warm, we'll just set it in the middle of the table and just dig out steak bites. And it's awesome. It's almost like finger food. It's like the carnivore version of finger food.
But it's so good. Jolene says, I'm gonna make this for my Easter get together with my kids.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Well, you can get either prime rib or ribeye because it's definitely best that way. I mean, this is really good with the New York strip, but it's even better when you get the really fatty, like ribeye or prime rib type cuts.
Yeah, it's delicious. Bruce has a question.
Yeah.
He says, not just a question, a wild question.
Okay.
These are my favorite kind. He says, is there any way to make egg white powder in the average kitchen?
It's a good question. So if you have a dehydrator, it is theoretically possible. I have not tried it. I know Indigo Neely did it. There's a few other people that have done it, and they have said that by the time you pay for the electricity to run the dehydrator, you go to all of the trouble and you pay for the eggs for the amount that you are going to get of that egg white powder, they say that it is not financially worth it. But then there are some people that do it all the time. If you have a freeze dryer, even better. I have not personally tried, so it can be done. It's honestly, it's a lot of work to get it to be the powder like you need it to be. So personally, I think it's just worth going on Amazon and spending the money. So, and I don't use egg white powder every day. Like that's when I make a special recipe ingredient. So it's not like you're buying, a $30 bag of egg white powder and then, in 3 recipes later, it's gone and you got to get more. I mean, I use egg white powder, by the tablespoon rather than by the cup. and I try to use it as infrequently as necessary. But, you know, for once or twice a week when I'm doing recipes, especially for stuff on the channel or special things, whatever, it's a really great ingredient to just have around and just be able to grab it and go.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Our good friend Miss Emily is in the house.
Hello, Emily.
Smooth Will has a great question.
What's up?
Do you guys do any type of frying? And if you do, can you please name the best keto-friendly flours to use?
Yeah, so I do a whole bunch of frying. And I actually have videos on my channel for chicken tenders where I show you my breading mixture that I like to use. I also have a recipe for a carnivore beer batter. It's a fake beer batter. I have fritters. I have hush puppies. I'm still working on more stuff. We got some more fried stuff coming for you guys. So I actually have several different fried recipes on my channel, and you can find all of those recipes on my recipe card page. The only one that might not be on the recipe card page is the chicken tenders and chicken nuggets thing that I did. But if you go to that video, it's in the description box of that video, the recipe for what I'm doing with the breading mixture. So yeah, so if you want to do like the dry breading, I have that version. If you want to do a batter, I have that version. There's a whole bunch of different things that I do. And as far as keto flours go, I don't use keto flours. I do my carnivore stuff, which is usually egg white powder, whey protein, pork panko, like those kinds of ingredients. I have different versions of that based on each recipe. I don't do nut flours. I don't any of those kinds of things. They don't make me feel very good. If I was to use any of them, coconut flour is the one that doesn't bother me, but it's a product I just don't really like using that much, and I think it gives an okay result. I think the carnivore stuff that I do is better. So I think Ash would probably agree that the carnivore versions I've done are better than the keto flours I used to use.
Yeah, I mean, it's a personal thing. I know a lot of people use the different keto flours and they work great and they feel awesome. I personally don't usually feel very good.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, again, N equals one.
Just preferences and differences in body.
Pork panko is probably like for frying stuff. I think pork panko or your chicken flour, I would say are my top two favorites that I feel like taste just really, really good, and I like the way they brown.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking that. Robin is here. Marshall Williams says, checking in from New Jerusalem. Recently visited Nashville and would love for you guys to christen Broadway with the first chef-songwriter band-owned true keto carnivore restaurant. Well, heck, maybe one day we'll do that.
That's right. If I ever find myself with $5 million and nothing to do, I'll consider opening a restaurant on Broadway.
We'll take the spot right next to Jelly Rolls.
There you go.
I think that would be cool. When all the drunk people come out of the bars, we'll feed them steak bites. It'll be great.
That's right.
Yeah. Aaron is here.
Hi, Aaron.
Glad to be back. Haven't been in a live stream in a while. This looks amazing, and it's like all like drawn out. I love that.
Well, I'm very glad that you think so, and we're glad you're back.
Yes, and I'm telling you, it tastes amazing too, y'all. So good. Emily says, meat shirt looking a little flowy tonight. Rock on, Chris.
Thank you.
Oh gosh, y'all are doing up his ego up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kim says, I'm watching you on my TV that is synced to my phone so I can comment, and I hit thumbs up in both places.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Kim.
Kim, you are awesome, my friend. I'm going to go through some of these. We have so many people just sharing.
Great stories.
Oh, yes, it's so awesome.
So if you guys are watching the replay of this video, or even if you're here now and you weren't paying attention to it, go check out the live chat. I'm going to have it on the replay too. You can open up the live chat replay, just take your comments and you swipe to the left or whatever, and it opens up the chat box. Watch the live chat, and if you need some encouragement and you need to say, does this whole proper human diet thing really help people? Look at everything in the live chat right now.
Yes. Clover says, menopause stuff, inflammation, etc. gone. I absolutely love you two. I make your bread recipe every weekend for the week. I put lots of butter, cinnamon, and sometimes a little maple syrup. Yum.
Sounds really good.
That does sound really good. Barry Weems says, PhD has helped my blood pressure back to normal and reverse my type 2 diabetes and helped me lose 145 pounds, and down all this by being back on the road driving a truck.
Amazing.
It's incredible. Peggy says, late to the party, and she gave us a thumbs up. Appreciate that, Peggy. Says, maybe some shrimp in there too. Oh, the possibilities. Yep. I love it.
Yep. You could do shrimp. You want to be careful if you put the shrimp in. You probably would want to put them in raw because they will overcook and get tough real fast. So what I would say is maybe do the steak, then do the shrimp raw over the top, and then do your topping over the top of that and cook it that way.
I just drooled though. That's a great idea. And I bet
or if you're
going to
do just shrimp, raw, and then the topping under the broiler, and just do it until the shrimp are done.
Yeah. Will says, Chris, your wife after all these years still thinks you're cute? Way to go.
Listen, I was almost 400 pounds when she met me, brother. Like she's got to say that I'm looking good, because compared to what I used to be, I mean, I've lost 130 pounds, guys. Like she was very sweet and was very tolerant of me, but I was not looking good. I was not in good health when she first met me. Why she ever stuck around, I don't know.
You're like a fine wine. You've just gotten handsomer over the years, babe. Yeah. You're just getting better. Hey, Auntie's here.
Hello, Auntie.
Hey, your friend Auntie. We got to hang out with Auntie this weekend.
Yes, she is a member of the group, and she is also a Rockstar moderator on here as well. And we did get to see her out in California, and it was so good to spend time in person with her, because she is such a lovely and sweet lady.
Yes, absolutely. Loved it. Stephen Stone has a great question.
What's up, Stephen? Another one of our Rockstar members of the band.
The coolest dude ever. He says, what is a picanha cut?
Picanha is the sirloin cap. So now, if you guys go looking for picanha, do not, I repeat this, do not let anyone tell you the tri-tip and a picanha are the same thing, because there are butchers that don't know, and there's a whole bunch of consumers out there that really don't know. Picanha is the sirloin cap. It comes from a specific place of the sirloin where there's a fat cap that goes over top of it, and specifically there are arteries that feed the muscles with blood. There are 2 arteries that if you cut the first one and the second one off the sirloin cap, that is the picanha. If you go far enough to where you get the third, you're getting into the rest of the sirloin, and it is not part of the picanha. So a butcher that knows what they are doing is going to cut a picanha. It's going to be a small triangular shape sirloin cap. It has a thick fat cap. It is very tender meat. It is beautiful. It is called the Queen of Steaks, and it is Brazilian in terms of where it is best known. So you'll see it at like Brazilian steakhouses on the skewers. It's so much better if you cook it at home though. So if you guys would like to see how to cook picanha and what a picanha really is, you want to do a deep dive video, put picanha in the chat. And if you don't know how to spell picanha, that's okay. Do the best you can, but it's
I can decipher.
It's Picanha, but do the best you can in the chat. If you would like to see a deep dive video on a picanha and different ways you can cook picanha, let me know. Maybe I could do that for a special video on the channel. And I know Ash would be very happy about that, because it's our favorite cut of steak. And if I tell her I'm cooking picanha, she probably wets herself a little bit. She gets so excited.
You're not wrong about any of that.
Yeah.
I actually was just going to ask, does my vote count? Because I would like a picanha video.
Yeah.
Because then I could
Ash
eat the
wants a
picanha.
picanha video.
Yeah, because it's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm going to read a few more comments here, babe, and then
Let's
I think we'll get going. I know Mr. Dustin is not going live tonight, so ran a few minutes over. But
no worries.
So
since he's out slacking and spending time with his family.
Oh man, what a guy! Yeah, no. I just want to get a few more of these comments though.
Yeah.
I love reading these things. So Terry at My Terrific Life says, PhD has helped me with anxiety, and I'm about 11 pounds from this quarter's goal. Total 57 pounds since my start. I'm just more chilled, but with energy now.
That's amazing.
It's so cool.
Terry was already awesome. I can only imagine how much more awesome she's going to be when she hits all of the goals she has for herself.
She truly is already amazing and is working to be the best version of herself, and I love her for that.
So cool.
It's how we all should be, guys.
Absolutely.
Be like Terry, please. Katina is here.
Hello, Katina.
She says howdy. And David Gable says, if that's an appetizer, I definitely want to come over to visit. I love
Tonight it's dinner, but oftentimes this is served as an appetizer. It's really good as an app.
It's super good. And Richard Small says the chicken tender recipe was amazing when they made it. Thank you, my man.
Oh, I'm so glad, Richard. Glad you enjoyed it, and you were very welcome.
Yes, it's really some good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hon, it looks like a lot of people want to see picanha.
Okay.
So you may just need to do that, and I'm going to vote with you guys that he should totally do that.
Absolutely, we can do that.
So there's an idea.
Okay.
But yeah, hon, is there anything else that you would like to say before we go ahead and head on out of here?
On Saturday, guys, we have a very special video. This is a little bit off of the beaten path of what I normally do, but it's going to be a precursor to a number of things that we're going to bring you guys. So this video is going to be talking about dry aging steak, and I'm actually featuring a dry age chamber from a company called Carnivore that I have a special discount for you guys that's going to be secured, so you can get a discount on these. Now, dry aging chambers are not cheap, so if it is not in your budget to get a dry aging chamber, That's okay. I'm also in the future going to show you other budget-friendly ways of doing this. So there's going to be a lot of experiments to come. However, this video is fantastic, and it's all talking about the benefits of dry-aged steak flavor and texture-wise. And so I'm not going to spoil it, but it's really cool. We did a fun experiment with this dry-aged chamber, and I think Ash can probably say it better than I can because I get all sciencey about it, but she can probably tell you what was the difference in dry age or not dry age steak. How did you feel about the benefits of dry aging a steak?
It's worth it. I honestly told Chris, I said from now on, I think you just need to dry age all of my steaks.
Yeah.
I know that makes me sound a little bougie, but it's the taste difference. I don't want to spoil it though, because they really should watch the video, because in here we do a deep dive.
Absolutely.
When he first bought the dry aged chamber though, and then he told me I had to wait 45 days, I said, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I was like, 45 days? What? And I was like, this can't be worth it. Like, no way. But it's, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so incredible. Now I just eat normal steak and I feel like I'm missing out on life.
Yep.
I'm sad that I didn't have dry aged beef until this point.
Yeah.
I feel like I've wasted 30 years.
Yeah. I wish I would have had time to dry age the New York strips that I made this with, but
It would make these even better.
I'm not going to wait 30 to 45 days to make this dish tonight, so.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. So that's coming out this Saturday.
That's going to be on Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, so 10 a.m. on the East Coast. And there's going to be a discount for you guys. So if it's in your budget, this is definitely the easiest, most convenient way of doing dry aged meat. And it is worth it. That's all I'm going to say. I'll let you take a look at what we actually do from there. But it's a fantastic video. It's amazing what it does. And I think if you guys are into the ultimate steak experience, we're going to talk about how you can get there. And I said, if it's not in your budget to have a dry aged chamber, I have other ways of doing it in the future we'll be talking about. It's a little less convenient, but we're still going to be able to get some amazing results. So you guys stick around for all of that. That's coming out Saturday. Ash Wednesdays tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Ash's channel. If you don't subscribe to her YouTube channel, you've got to go find her, ashtaylor.com, for all of your country music needs. And you'll hear me playing guitar over there with her as well. And yeah, we're going to be getting the Dr. Barry thing going with his community, with the special space they've created for me to do cooking stuff, and going to be partnering with them. And there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming there. I think that's pretty much all of our announcements for now. So if you guys are new and you didn't know, we also do a live stream every Monday morning. We didn't yesterday because we were flying back from California. But as long as we're in town, we do a Monday morning live stream, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And if you are not available to join us live, you can always come watch the replay. But we do Monday morning motivation, and we give you support and motivation for doing a proper human diet and just investigate different things, talk about different subjects to try to give you a good mindset to stick with your PhD all week long. So we'd love to see you guys come over there. Make sure you've liked and subscribed if you're here, if you haven't done that yet, so you get notified every time I do something crazy in the kitchen, like put bologna in a blender. And that way you can see all of the ridiculousness and see if Ash has any shocked looks on her face or if she spits something out on camera. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm expecting one of these days it probably will. So you never know. Am I missing anything?
No, babe. I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to eat a whole bunch of steak bites. I'm going to pop these probably back in a warm oven just for a couple of minutes, make sure they're warm, and we're going to sit down and have some steak bites for dinner. So
awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you have questions, drop them into the chat or come see us on our next live stream. Don't forget the private community that is down there. Come join the band so we can give you extra support, extra recipes, extra behind-the-scenes content, all the fun Chris Cooking Nashville stuff that you have come to know and love, just in double. Thank you guys so much for your support. Don't forget to vote for me in the favorite chef competition. That is also linked in the description box. Can't do it without you guys. Can't do any of this without you. So we love and appreciate all of you all. Thank you for being here. This is Chris Cooking Nashville. My beautiful wife, Ash Taylor, is over there behind the camera. You guys eat your meat, especially if you make it like steak bites in this cast iron skillet right here. Love your life. We'll see you here in the kitchen for a bunch of crazy recipes and live streams and who knows what else. Also in Dr. Barry's community, doing a bunch of stuff with the tribe over there. We'll catch with you guys next time. Make sure to eat your meat, love your life, and we'll see you later. Bye.